And we're live on the... No, we're not. Yeah, we're live on the Sicko Show. Grabs TV and the Sicko Show are live watch-along for WWE NXT. We've got one hellacious-looking card tonight, so let's just dive right on into the action here. As you can see, it's kicking right off without a problem here. Looks like everything is coming together just like they're looking for it to. This coming week's going to be kind of a trip, and I'm guessing next week is going to be kind of a trip too. We're going to skip NXT next week, and we're just going to do Raw, Dynamite. We're going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing because you're going to have the WWE PLE on Saturday and the NXT PLE on Sunday, so we want to make sure that we are a little bit more balanced out than we have been in the past here. I think I've taken on an awful lot more here than I thought I was going to get. But it's okay. We're live and we're right here for this NXT watch-along here on Grabs TV and the Sicko Show. Just a reminder, the show is brought to you by Freshen Up Energy and Cosmic Snacks. When you need to relax, it's Cosmic Snacks. And when you want to find synergy, it's Freshen Up Energy. We have Fraxium making their way in. And it looks like we are kicking off with one hellacious looking light show. I got to say that much. I give them credit where credit's due here. They've got a nice light show here. I see Fraxium making their way up to the top here now, making their way to the ring right now. Axiom and Nathan Frazier, the NXT Tag Team Champions, making their way to the ring right now. Obviously, a little bit on the busy side. Nathan Frazier, one half of the NXT Champions. OTM watching from the top view there, so to speak. Let's see where we're at right now. Looks like they've got a packed house here at the Performance Center. And the good news is I am on the backside now of this flu. Thank goodness. Eddie Thorpe making his way to ringside right now. Looks like he's going to catch a fight with Nathan Frazier, if I'm not mistaken, since that's who they introduced. So we'll have Eddie Thorpe and Nathan Frazier lining up for match number 1 here on NXT. Let's see what they got here. Now, I gotta say, I've got mixed feelings about the men's division in NXT, but the addition of Eddie Thorpe should give them a much-needed boost. He's more of a WWE-style guy, so he's probably going to translate a little bit better in NXT than, say, a couple of people that have arrived lately, who shall remain nameless. But the reality of it is Eddie Thorpe still has to get in the ring. He still has to wrestle. He still has to impress the crowd. Let's see what old Eddie's got here. We know what Nathan Frazier can do. Iron Survivor qualifying match here. Eddie Thorpe, Nathan Frazier. We know what Nathan's all about. Let's see what Eddie's all about here. Collar and elbow tie-up that he came out of here. At least I'm seeing that Eddie can work. He can definitely work hard cam style. So that definitely helps out. So you got Vic Joseph, Booker T, Sheriff Schreiber, and Mike Rome on the analyst team today. Color commentary, ring announcer, backstage. Yeah. So Eddie's looking pretty strong so far. I mean, he's working the style correctly. So let's see what we've got. Hip takeover, not bad. Looking clean and crisp. All right, he's shooting the half here. So he's definitely got some mat ring experience here. I'm looking at what he's capable of doing so far. All right, we're going to get an iron. No, we're going to get a reverse of the Irish whip right here. And Nathan Frazier has got some hops that he didn't have the last time I saw him. Hip takeover, so to speak. A little bit of a rest move right here. Not a big deal. It's normal. It's normal in an average match. Not a big deal. Everybody just taking a little bit of a peel here real quick, slowing it back down, trying to get the pace, the timing, and the cadence and everything correctly. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, a bunch of other tag teams are kind of scouting this thing. That is, I mean, their women's division is on lock, but I think Eddie Thorpe will actually provide something to the men's division that is missing. That was an interesting flying body block right there. Knee lift right into the gut. Eddie Thorpe's got all the basics. Eddie Thorpe has all the basics, and he knows the hard cam style, so I'm going to say this is a win for NXT. Sorry, guys. Sorry for all the snorting and everything else. My mute's still not working correctly. Don't even bother to hit it anymore because it's not working correctly. You are going to see a new layout tomorrow for the Dynamite show. I'm working on it right now. We're going to have more screens. We're going to have a lot more action going on with the watch-alongs. We're going to have more of a card feel and everything else. We're going to have everything out there so we can keep up with the matches. You can stay properly informed, and everything will be good. We're working. Every time I do something for the show, it's a little bit of an improvement here and there. When I see problems, I go and I take care of them. This is one problem that I've seen. Of course, my wife suggested the video, and I thought that was not a bad idea. As long as we don't get copyright struck for it, I don't really care. Because I think everybody has the right to see what I'm seeing in the time frame that I'm seeing it. Because a lot of times when I call something, you're like, what? I don't want you to be ahead or behind or anything like that. So you get a general idea of what I'm working with live while I'm working with it. Nice snap suplex from Nathan Frazier, but we know what we're getting with Frazier. Eddie Thorpe was the wild card in this match right here. We got 14 viewers already. Wow, thank you. But for the Dynamite show tomorrow night, you're definitely going to see a new layout. There might be some things added. There might be some things subtracted. Still working through a couple of things. Almost picking up that pin on a roll-up there. Eddie Thorpe, and then we get a sunset, but got a quick roll-up. Yeah. Both of them had the same idea, the crossbody block, so let's see how things are going with that. Now we see people have disappeared from their stations. They're making their way down to ringside here a little bit. And they're going to a commercial break right away, and if you're familiar with CW, that means we're going to get at least 4 to 5 commercials. We're going to take a break here real quick while the action is broken. Just kind of bear with me on this. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic. It's not going to work very well, but it's okay. But I'm going to darken up my screen here a little bit just so I can take a break and protect my voice. As we found out last night, my voice went out with 3 minutes to spare in the show. I don't want that to happen again. We'll be right back right after their commercial break. And we're back. We're back like a snack attack right now. Eddie Thorpe, Nathan Frazier, Iron Survivor qualifying match. Live on NXT. We're here. Let's see what we got here. Looks like Nathan Frazier's handling his business, flying 180 or 360. I'm sorry, a flying 360 for a pinning predicament. Just enough for two. Eddie Thorpe kicking out, though. No big deal. Just like it was yesterday. They definitely have the crowd into it, too, and that's part of it right there. Nathan heading up to the top row, but Eddie just kind of caught him off guard there, trying to get him in a suplex here. Nathan fighting for all he's worth. Looking out amongst the crowd, seeing all the people looking to get their NXT tag titles. Took his eye off the ball for just a second, caught that a high-end suplex. And that looks like a finisher to me. It's a brainbuster. Not enough for three, though. Brainbuster from Eddie Thorpe. Not enough to put away Nathan Frazier at all. I thought that would actually, I swear I thought that was going to be the one right there. I thought that was going to be the one, but apparently it's not, so that's okay. Nathan Frazier with insecurity. And never mind, because all of the other tag teams are having a fight to the bottom down here. It's a race to the bottom to see how things are going to go through here. And Nathan Frazier, for no necessary reason, decides to just drop right in the middle of that pile and get him off of Eddie Thorpe and get him off of his tag team partner. Meanwhile, Eddie Thorpe thinks there's a match still going on, probably because there is. And, yeah, you need to take care of that match instead of putting boots on people there, sir. It's all good. That didn't quite work out. Nice spinning heel kick and nice insecurity for real. That looked wicked right there. Now, I will say this. Your monitors are down, guys. The match is happening right in front of you. 1, 2... And Nathan Frazier picks up the win over Eddie Thorpe. But honest to goodness, that was a good match as the action spills inside the ring. Now, apparently all of the male talent has decided, you know, what the hell, let's just have a brawl. And that seems to be working out. So we've got Javon Evans, Nathan Frazier, and Wes Lee so far in the men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Eddie Thorpe come up just a little bit short, but he definitely showed us what he had in the ring here. Meanwhile, it's going kind of crazy here. Now we're getting a backstage segment from Chase University, and we're still sitting at around 14 users. I appreciate that. I love it. Keep those views coming. I am kind of looking forward to this Andre Chase match right here. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got on this side of the storyline, I don't really feel like, and obviously I could be wrong on this, I don't feel like Chase University's breaking up tonight. I really don't. I don't think they are. I think he wins the one he's got to win. And then we see how he works against Trick Williams. But, you know, stranger things have happened this week. Yesterday was nothing but left field. Curveball straight out of left field was totally raw yesterday. So, I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibility or believability that we may very well have the exact same stuff going on tonight. So, honestly, I don't think that Chase University breaks up. But, like I said, stranger things have happened. So we're working through this backstage segment right now. So kind of bear with them here. I'm going to let them cook a little bit, as the younger folks like to say. We're going to let them cook a little bit and see how it goes. And tonight he becomes the number one contender. That's where we're going with that. Ridge Holland is not one to be messed with, though. That's the only thing I'm concerned about out of this entire scenario here, is that Ridge Holland, they're going to give him some kind of sympathy or a loyalty type drop or something. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now as far as that's concerned. But we'll see. I mean, the match is yet to come. So let's see what we've got coming up next here. Looks like a Sol Ruca. Does appear to be a Sol Ruca. The production quality of NXT. No, I'm sorry. Not correct. I'm incorrect. Looks like Jada Parker versus Stephanie Vacour. I thought that might be a Sol Ruca coming out, but I was wrong, obviously. Yeah. This is one of the matches I'm going to be watching really close tonight. That one and Zaria's match. I'm going to be watching Zaria's match pretty daggum close. They're heading to a commercial break here. We're going to take it with them, then I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds here, okay? We'll be right back. I just want to rest my voice for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. And we're back. How you doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? This is Graps TV and The Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. We're doing a live watch along for NXT. You can see. Let's try it over here. I got to figure this camera stuff out. I look stupid sometimes. Well, most of the time, but we'll go with sometimes. Up here's your match card right there beside the Sicko Show sign. You can definitely see what's available tonight, and we are going to go from there. That's the next thing I'm pulling up right now is to see what my match card looks like, because I know I still got it. Let's see here. There's my match card. And let's turn that volume down a little bit so it doesn't bleed me out. Alright, so we've had our Iron Survivor match here, and then we've still got Stephanie McCool and Jada Parker coming up for the next Iron Man match. We've got some segments floating around here, I think. We got Andre Chase versus a dude that's probably going to lose. The Don himself is going to be handling his business for the NXT title, and I think we're going to have Zarya live and in living color, and then we're going to have the Women's North American Champion in there somewhere, so I'm guessing that's a segment as well. I see a couple of segments. I see 5 matches, 2 segments. I could be wrong on that, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. And just as a side note, Dave Meltzer caught a lot of hell for pointing out that WWE assumes that people know who these people are. And he caught a lot of hell for that. But, you know, if you will look up here at your match card, they got the people there, they don't have the names. So if somebody's just casually driving by this match card and they go, oh, cool story, bro, but who are these people? They have no idea. They don't know. That's what Dave Meltzer was probably talking about when he mentioned what he mentioned. And, of course, the news for this week is what it is type stuff. Apparently, CM Punk decided to give an interview wherein he said that he wasn't really, there's not really anything he wanted to do in AEW. And, of course, if you're familiar with how the pay-per-view week generally works, CM Punk got the first shout out today. We're looking for at least 2 or 3 more WWE stars between now and Saturday to give interviews about how great WWE is, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to be former AEW or former not WWE. In other words, they're not going to be WWE homegrown people. And they're going to be talking about how great WWE is and how they're having the time of their life. And they're going to be doing that on this week. And for those of you not familiar, every time AEW puts on a pay-per-view, we generally tend to get a lot of snippets like this. I did not expect to see the CM Punk story breaking today. And then when I saw it, I did not expect him to actually say the quiet part loud. So but we are definitely happy that we're getting a Julia segment here. And, of course, like I said, following this up here, we're going to have Stephanie McCool versus Jada Parker in an Iron Man qualifier. Now, if this were actually what it's supposed to be, this would be a Stephanie McCool squash. Okay? That's what should happen. Probably not going to happen, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. That's where I was just telling some people I just met in a group chat here not even 30 minutes ago that I am definitely waiting for the meltdown on this one. The meltdown for this is going to be astronomical one way or another. I'm here for the entertainment value of it, but in reality, who should win this match? Unquestionably Stephanie McCool, and it should be a 3-minute match. Because, quite frankly, no one in NXT is on Stephanie, Julia, or they're calling her Zarya. Zarya's level. They're just not. You know, Stephanie McCool has been doing this for a hot minute. And she's already proven she can do it in 5 or 6 different promotions. So, The reality of it is all she's here at NXT for is to learn the WWE way. If they turned her loose, if they turned Giulia loose, if they turned Zarya loose, and just sent them on to the main roster, if they just sent them on to the main roster and let them do what they do like they do it when they do it, women's wrestling in WWE would be transformed, reimagined, and there would be an actual true renaissance back close to the four horsewomen that we started out with during this quote-unquote revolution. Now let's see how this match comes together. Stephanie McCool has made her way down to the ring. She is in and ready. Stephanie McCool, Jada Parker. Jada Parker, of course, not shy to use a brick, and that happens. So yeah, good solid body slam. Alright, now Stephanie's like, that was a real cool story, bro. Alright, Stephanie, just go ahead and just do your thing, because we've already seen where this match is going. I've seen where this match is going right now. I know what the end result they want. I don't like how they're getting to it right now. Couple of hard shoulder blocks from Jada Parker. Whoa, big time shoulder block right there. Give me 1 second here. I got to handle this. I saw it come across the board. All right. Now we've got Stephanie McCool back on top here after a couple of moves. Got Jada Parker down. That's what I'm talking about right there. Joint manipulation and so on and so forth. I mean, looks like the flurry of offense is just about over with for Jada Parker as she tries to get the feeling back in her arm, which is going to be slowly fading here in just a minute. Alright, Jada Parker with a backbreaker there. Just a little bit of one. Still trying to get the feeling back in her arm. Slings her into the corner turnbuckle. Tries to drape her across that second rope. Can't really hit anything because her shoulder is pretty much screwed. And jumps up and does the belly drop, or the butt drop, right into the midsection. I don't even know what they call it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see if Jada Parker can get herself back together here. Well, and we're back to a commercial again, so I'm going to take it with them. I'll be right back here. This is one of those matches that I kind of need to walk through with you and try not to let that analytical side of me sneak in. So I am really just going to, for this match and at least one other match that I know of tonight, we're just going to sit back and have fun. That's just what we're going to do. And we'll discuss it a little bit later. You never know. This might turn into a live review after it's all said and done. If it is, you can hang out with us. We'll be good. We'll be totally good. But for right now, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. And we're back. I think these commercials will be over with here in just a minute, so I figured I'd jump back on here. That way we don't miss any of the action on this. Just a little backstory on that one, on what I left out with. From years of watching this sport, I know where this match is supposed to go. And every once in a while they throw us a curveball, and right now we're looking at a pretty big slider coming right down the middle. Because to be honest with you right now, Jada Parker shouldn't be looking as good as she looks in the ring. This thing should have been over with like literally before the commercial break. This should have been a wham bam, thank you ma'am. And we're still going at it. And there's a swing and a miss and a backstabber on Jada Parker's side here. Only good enough for a 2 count, though. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Jada still favoring that shoulder. Looks like it might be a little bit on the sore side. And whips Stephanie into the ring, to the ropes, catches her back with an elbow to the back. That really can take it out of you. Kidney-wise, so on and so forth. That backstabber she dropped on her, that hits both kidneys pretty solid. And Stephanie comes off the ring hot. Flapjack out of a suplex. Not enough for the 3, though. Stephanie kicks out relatively easy after a quick 2 count. Referee checks her for concussions, which is what you're supposed to do out of that one, because obviously she face planted. And Jada Parker working into a shoulder stretch. She got me on this one right here. Not an abdominal stretch. Basically, this is a backstage thing people do to stretch out, but it looks really cool on television. So that's what we're going to do. Now she's got a knee in the back, pulling those arms back. I don't think this is going to fly very far here. Just as soon as Stephanie makes it up to... And she's calling the... Oh... I could have gone the rest of my life and not seen that whole scene right there. Okay, then. Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, this might be the shortest watch-along in the history of watch-alongs right here in a minute. Because I'm telling you right now, if this match goes the opposite way on this right here, there we go, jawbreaker, super kick, and, of course, eat defeat. We still haven't gotten that jackhammer move that she uses with the scissors and driving the face down, but we did get a meteor over in the corner right here, looking like it's getting close to the end for Jada Parker. There it is. Jackhammer. I don't know what they call it, but that's what they used to call it, so that's what we're going with. Not enough for 3, though, even though Jada Parker's bell has clearly been rung. I wouldn't say she's questioning life decisions yet, but she's getting pretty close to that segment right there. And, yeah. Stephanie trying to get her in position for the finish. Not quite happening there. Sort of a broken arrow out of nowhere. Not enough for 3, though. About a 2 1/4, though. It looks like Jada Parker might be closing in on this match. This is going to be an absolute oh my god moment right here. And Stephanie McCoy reverses it in a roll up and only catches her for 2, but getting her set up right now, trying to set up for the finish, not quite getting there. Big knee to the gut. Looks like she's going to try a face plant again. And Lola Vice making her way out there with a brick on top of everything. Big super kick. Package shoulder breaker. 1, 2, and 3. Stephanie McCoy puts this match away finally. And yeah, Stephanie McCoy going on to the Iron Women's match at the NXT PLE coming, not this coming Sunday, but the next Sunday. So, yep, Lola Vice showing up with that brick just to give her a general idea how things went. Just letting you know she sees you, that's all. And Jada Parker getting finished off relatively easy like it should have been 5 minutes ago. I do appreciate them getting the time, though. I really do. I appreciate the women getting the time. I really do. We got Sol Ruka and Stephanie McCoy in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge right now. So let's see how things go from there. Meanwhile, in the back, we got some weirdo stuff getting ready to happen here, so let's figure it out. This is why you need name tags. There we go. Brindley Reese, Dion Lennox. If I'm not mistaken, they're part of... let me see if I can find my match card again here. Yeah, they're going to be the ones going against Carmen Petrovic in whatever the flavor of the month is right here. But right now we've got the Don himself making his way down to the ring with the North American Heavyweight Championship, the NXT North American Heavyweight Championship, making his way down to the ring right now. Tony D'Angelo. I'm just bad with names tonight. It's been a long day. My shoot job was out of control. You know how that goes. You guys all have shoot jobs. We know how this goes. Tony D'Angelo, wow, he's got the side straps on now. That's really starting to look like a sell to me. That is really starting to look like a sell to me. Brooks Jensen going to probably be making his way to the ring after the next commercial break, which I'm sure is coming right now. We'll be right back. We'll take it with him. All right, we're back. Back like a snack attack, 14 viewers, looks like it's about where we're going to be now. I did survey the landscape, and apparently everybody decided to do a watch along tonight, so I absolutely know that you have choices, and I thank you for choosing Graps TV and the Sicko Show for our live watch along for NXT. Tell a friend to tell a friend, like, comment, share. Let's get the word out, guys. Let's get the word out. See what we've got going on here. We're getting there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. We got everything pinned up there. We're going to do a couple things while we got some commercials going on. So bear with me here for a minute. See here. Alright, we're getting there just a little bit at a time. Still waiting on this commercial break to go away. Those never do. That's the one thing about CW that is really interesting is how many commercials they run, even during regular shows. I am not like everybody else. I convert it. I watch a little bit of content that's on CW because that's really part of what we're all discussing at this point. At some point in time, you've got to quit talking about viewership and ratings and start looking at conversion, which is why sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But it's neither here nor there. There we go. Got a few posts out there about the thing. Let's see what's going on now. Yep, we're sitting at 15. That's fine. I know there's a lot of other people out there doing watch-alongs. I know there's a lot of choices and so on and so forth. I don't mind. I really don't. I do this for the love of the game, believe it or not. I do it because I enjoy it. I do it for a lot of reasons. Money ain't one of them, because if money was one of them, I'd starve. So, there we go. So, $120 for a pizza oven. All right. Anyway, though, hope everything's going well with everybody. I don't have a whole lot of news to work with on some of this stuff here, but we're trying one way or the other, and we're back, maybe. See here. Alright, we're getting a little side piece here from Roxanne. Of course, we know how that worked out. I think somebody spoiled her vacation. Oh, yeah, Sol Ruka dropping by there just to say what's up, of course. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. Brooks Jensen and Tony D'Angelo. Let's see, can anybody tell me if it's going to be a North American title match? They haven't really spelled it out too well. I see Shawn Spears, though. At least they got him in a management role now at NXT. Okay, got it. That works. Let's see what we got here. Hit the volume just a little bit. Yep, Brooks Jensen, Tony D'Angelo, and we're off with a collar and elbow tie-up right here. Drives him back into the ropes here. Now they're rolling in the ropes, rolling for position. Pause. And, yeah, see a little hair pulling going on both sides here. That ends up in a headlock with Tony D'Angelo locking down Brooks Jensen right here. Brooks trying to find a way out. Traditionally, guys, one way to get out of a headlock, just drop to your butt, literally. Instead of setting yourself up for that shoulder block like you're doing right there. and the body slam that follows right after it. If he just dropped down to his butt, he might have even successfully gotten off a jawbreaker. Who knows? All right, Brooks, we tried it one way. Let's see if we try it my way this time. Nope, going back to the ropes, see if he can get the breaker there. Not a clean break on the ropes. Brooks Jensen gets in the cheap shot on the side. Irish whip, and these are not working out for Jensen. Jensen probably needs to try a different approach, like, I don't know, wrestling. Let's see how that works out. Because obviously this brawling one-on-one with Tony thing just ain't quite working out the way he thought it would. And now, wait a minute, he tricked us a little bit. Whipped him off the ropes, caught him back in a sleeper hold. Tony trying to make his way to the ropes to break the hold. Not quite happening. Once again, with his sleeper hold, all he had to do was just drop straight to his butt. You might wind up catching a jawbreaker on top of all of that. That used to be a known thing, how to break them, but I guess they've stopped doing that. It's okay. It's okay, though. We're good. We got it figured out now. Backs him into that corner turnbuckle very hard. That was a solid shot. And then takes a stiff elbow. Pause. And Jensen has him up on his shoulders for the hot shot across the top rope like that. Yep. Big boots in the Chuck Taylor. I'm sorry, big Chuck Taylors. Big Chuck Taylors. Big Chuck Taylors. Bam, dropping an elbow right where it counted. And the 7th member of Leonard Skinner himself almost pulls off a 3 count out of nowhere there. Did get him for the 2, though. Not quite enough for 3. Returns back into a solid headlock, grinding him down to the mat. Pause. And going from there. Now, no, wait a minute. D'Angelo making his way back to his feet. Jensen hooks in that sleeper hold and hops up, wrapping his legs around his waist for extra leverage. And Tony D'Angelo does what you're supposed to do. Brooks Jensen does not break the hold. Normally that will break a hold. That's not a bad move right there. Gave him a big elbow in the knee there. Now that might, if you hit his funny bone just right, he might break it up. You never know. Let's see what we got. And Tony just takes a running start at the ropes and just basically heaves Jensen over the top rope, but breaks the hold. One way or another, the hold is broken. Now Tony's out there applying some of those elbows to the back, slips him back in the ring, pops him one good solid time there, and now it's about to go down. Belly-to-belly suplex, another belly-to-belly suplex. He's not even leaning into it. He's doing this stuff shoot style. Looking at a shoot style wrestler here now. I guess Tony just converted up to shoot like today. And Jensen reversed that last one into a jawbreaker. 1 and 2, not enough for 3. As D'Angelo barely kicks out on that one. Looks like it stunned him pretty good. Jensen comes off the rope with a big boot, knocking D'Angelo clean down. Tried it again. D'Angelo turns that into a sidewalk slam. 2 and wow. All right, so we're on that same thing we were on last night. All right, cool. I got you. Tony D'Angelo winning with a sidewalk slam and a pin from absolutely nowhere, given where the action was going with that right there. I thought for sure they'd get a little more work in, but somebody obviously called for the end of the match like yesterday. And Sean Spears shaking hands with Tony D'Angelo as Jensen low blow chop blocks him at the same time. Could it be that Sean Spears instigated that? Who knows? And as soon as I said Sean needs more TV time, poop, he shows right up on TV. Rizzo looking a little panicked there, but not really panicked. Carmen Petrovic and Ashante D. Adonis. So we're going to have a mixed tag team match here tonight. We had a mixed tag team match on Raw last night. Same difference. This is going to be interesting here. Brindley Reese making her way to the ring with, what was his name again? They're easy to forget. They really are. In that scenario, they are. So we got Brindley Reese, and I still haven't caught this dude's name yet. So obviously they're not throwing it out there fairly heavy. There we go. Dion Lennox. There we go. I do have Ashante Diodanis with Carmen Petrovic. Of course, everybody knows who Carmen Petrovic is. Brindley Reese, maybe not so much, but Carmen Petrovic, pretty much everybody knows who she is. They're taking a break here. We're going to take it right with them. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience on that. See, we're hitting about 18 viewers. I did see there for a minute we had 20 viewers. I do take time off when they're doing the commercials because, like we found out last night, my voice can, does, and will give out. It will give out in a moment's notice on me. So I'm trying to... I got a long week ahead of me for these streams here. I'm definitely going to do them. I'm going to do the one for tomorrow night for Dynamite. Going to see a brand new layout for that. Obviously, I know people are about layout out, so to speak here, but I need to do this one more here. We've had some things go on, and I need to address them, so I'm addressing them the only way I know how. And that's by changing the layout. We got Lexus King in the back here doing a promo about why he can't win. So we'll see. There will be no live reviews tonight except for the ones and the people who traditionally do them. I know there are some podcasters who do them. I just don't watch them very often because a lot of times I don't agree with their takes. And, it's okay not to agree. But it's not okay to be hateful and spiteful because people don't agree, so therefore I just don't jump into them. How about that? And the reality of it is somebody's going to review this show and they're going to tell you how great it was. Meanwhile, everybody in the back is still fighting, as you can clearly see on the screen here. They have not let up from the first match here where we've got tag team brawls all over the place. But we're going to have a nice little Christmas layout for it, the whole 9 yards. We're going to lay everything out like that. I hope it's okay to say Christmas. I do celebrate the other holidays for everybody, but Christmas is basically my holiday. And I enjoy it. Probably this is my most favorite holiday of the year. For one day in the world, everybody does their best to get along, and I'm here for that. That's where I'm at. So here comes Ashante the Goddess, who will probably be accompanying Carmen Petrovic, making their way to the ring right now. This, for some reason, is the match WWE decided should be the turn of the hour match. Why are these important? A little bit of side stuff while they're getting to the ring. While everybody's getting their way to the ring. Here's a little bit of a side stuff here. For everybody who hangs on ratings, per se. Let's say you're one of those ratings nerds. I'm not for the same reason everybody else is. I am, but for a different reason. If you're one of those ratings nerds, this match right here is the match that WWE is telling you the participants in this match, the company believes can hold the viewership between 2.5 minutes ago and roughly about 6 minutes from now. That's how long they need to be able to hold the viewership to hold the rating for what we call a turn of the hour rating. This is the exact scenario right here where WWE has clearly said Carmen Petrovic is who we want at the turn of the hour. Now, Brittany Reese, I'm not 100% sure of. I'm pretty damn sure they didn't sign up for Ashante the Goddess. And I know they didn't sign up for this Dion cat right here. I know they didn't sign up for either one of these guys here. So now we're just going to have a tag in, tag out fest here all the daggum time. 1, 2, there we go. Trying to pick up the quick roll-up right there. Did not quite work out. Brittany's out there doing her best. Almost catches a 3 from Carmen right there. Carmen working a little bit. You got to get reps to be able to make it, per se, on this television spot. But WWE has made a determination that Carmen Petrovic is who they want at the turn of the hour. So, yeah. That's who they've got their mind made up is who they're going to go with. These two women right here are the decisions for WWE, and I'm here for it. I like Carmen Petrovic. Meanwhile, she just got her clock cleaned by Brittany Reese, so Ashante the Goddess tags himself in. And I guess that's where we're dealing with Ashante and Dion. Dion with a nice hip toss, another hip toss, per se. Big boot from Ashante. Big, solid drop kick from Ashante, too. So, yeah, this might not be a bad choice. Irish whip reversed, and big backdrop as Ashante gets to examine the lighting system in NXT just to make sure it's absolutely good for him. We are sitting at 21 viewers. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So Carmen provides a slight distraction here. I'm starting to like this part of the character work they're giving her. Shante dips and hot shots Dion there by an accident. It wasn't an accident, but yeah, it looked accidental the way they came down like that. Pause. Now Shante delivering some solid right hands, and that was a body tackle out of nowhere. Looking like he's using all the tools in the arsenal. And both of them had the same idea again with the double crossbody block. That didn't work for the last match, but you know what? It's actually selling for this one. I like this. But yeah, the purpose of this match right here is strictly to hold attendance down for the next hour. And of course, somebody caught the hot tag here, and Carmen is weaving her way through traffic and getting caught left and right by Brenny. Let's see what Reese has got in the tank here. Got her up on her shoulders, not quite good enough. And of course, we've got a roll up here, 1 and 2, and not enough for 3. Well, Ashante wanted a kiss. I don't know if that's what he really wanted, but that's what he got. Enough of the distraction. And Carmen Petrovic catches her out of nowhere to finish this match off pretty easily. Okay, this is going to be a night of nothing but surprise finishes. I've seen this already, so 2 out of 3 tells me we're in for some surprise nights now. That's kind of got me a little bit concerned for that Andre Chase match, because I'm starting to kind of feel halfway through this show right now that they are going to do that. They've had too many gotcha moments here, because that's basically what that was right there. That was a gotcha moment. And, of course, they're teasing that attraction thing there left and right. We'll see how this goes. So we have Adonis and Petrovic. Now we got a segment here for Ridge Holland with Sarah Schreiber here. Going to tell him how he's going to beat Andre Chase up, and he's going to end everything, so to speak. I'm kind of starting to agree with him on this one. After having 2 surprise finishes in a row like that, I think it's not unfeasible to think that he can take Andre Chase down, take Chase University out. That would probably be a bad thing for NXT programming, because I think Chase U carries like a quarter of the programming. Thea Hell by herself carries pretty heavily. So if this is an opportunity to get her out of that and get her on her way to singles competition, I'm there for it. But if they're just breaking this thing up for the sake of breaking it up, and my flu's not been fluing all day until I got on this stream, so you know what? Bear with me on this thing here too. Sorry about this. Trying to keep from sneezing out loud, things like that. Okay, here comes Zarya versus Ren Sinclair. This is the other match I'm going to probably have a lot less to say about, and I'm just going to try to enjoy it. Because after watching that Stephanie McClure match, I've got a feeling the Zarya match is going to be about the same. Either that, or they're going to have Zarya come out like an absolute brutal beast. This match is going to take like 1 minute, and the NXT fans are going to be upset. One or the other. The way they booked this show tonight, somebody's going to be upset on one side or the other of the camp. So we just might as well be in for it tonight. First match so far, they've shown me what they're willing to do to make the NXT talent look really good. And it kind of bothered me a little bit, but then again, I do my best not to show it, and I try my best not to be overly analytical on a watch-along show. But some of these things deserve the kind of talk that I'm giving this right now. But anyway, they are taking a commercial break. I'm going to take it with them. I'll be right back just as soon as these commercials look like they're going to fade out. We'll be right back. Alright, looks like we're about at the end of the commercial side of this thing, so I figured I'd jump right back in here and catch everybody up. We got Zarya coming in next against Ren Sinclair. And a little bit of pregame thoughts on this right now. This match should take no longer than 4 minutes. And 3 of those are just them getting used to each other in the ring, and one of those is her Zarya putting Ren Sinclair down quickly. This match should be a squash. That's my pregame thoughts on it right now. Of course, we got college football Saturday coming. North Carolina versus Boston, Citadel and Clemson, Washington State and Oregon State, which explains why Carmen Petrovic and them were wearing the Washington Cougars. You know, they were wearing the colors of the various teams. They're trying to use them to generate any other ROI besides people watching NXT. That's another discussion that I am definitely going to have on a show that I break out absolutely after this. I'm going to be recording a show for this immediately after this because the conversation needs to be had. It's going to be a quick 20-minute video. It's going to go up on YouTube, so on and so forth. I've already got the script out for it and everything. All I got to do is shoot it, and I was going to shoot it earlier today, but my shoot job took over most of my responsibility today, which normally doesn't happen, but today it did. So that's what I had to deal with, and we're still sitting at 20 viewers. I really appreciate that. 20 is a nice number for me on an NXT night. I realize there are 3 or 4 other groups out there doing this, and you have a choice. And you chose Grabs TV and the Sicko Show, and I really appreciate that. I really do. From the bottom of my heart. Now tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, share, just anything. I'm happy with anything we're getting right now because a lot of this, it's like last night. I was shocked when we had the viewership that we had because it was a taped show. NXT generally not going to be drawing an awful lot, but that's okay. It's there. It's a developmental group for most everybody except for our next competitor, Zarya, coming out of here. It's not a developmental group. It's to get her used to the WWE style, but the reality of it is at some point in time, you're going to have to let these women, wrestle. That's at some point in time. This is a dilemma that WWE is going to have to deal with because for those of us who don't watch exclusively WWE programming and know who all 3 of these women actually are, it's kind of disconcerting sometimes to see them put in the positions they're put in because WWE starts to realize, hey, wait a minute, these guys got a gear that we haven't even seen yet. And so we've got to dial that down enough because otherwise a lot of these women and a lot of these men that go through the Performance Center learning the WWE style, they just roll out there and they're basically fed to this. That's typically how it goes. But we got Zarya in here now. We saw what they did with Stephanie earlier today. Let's see, or tonight, let's see how Zarya fares in her match. Coming to you live from the CW It is Zarya versus Ren Sinclair, NXT. This is the Iron Woman's Survivor qualifier match. So let's see what Ren Sinclair's pedigree looks like in this match, and let's see exactly what they're going to let Zarya do. Your long-awaited moment is here. It is upon us now. One-on-one, Zarya, Ren Sinclair. Yeah, this is going to go. I think this match is going to go quite like I think it ought to have gone. After the Vakur match, I think they're like, okay, we got to let one of these women stand out. Congratulations, you're it. Count of one, and Zarya's probably just angry at this point. Dude, all the coaching you give her in the world, all the psyching up you give her in the world ain't good enough. She's having a hard time locking in that power bomb or that power slam she's been working on. Nice. This is a new take on the Three Amigos, and very bad camera angles here too, by the way. Oopsie. Whoopsie. Okay, that was not PG. Anyway, good idea for Ren Sinclair to just let Zarya go through her moveset, because it's not working out very well aesthetically for Ren Sinclair. This is just not working out. It's probably a good idea to just let Zarya get her shit in and close this match out, because we've already figured this out. This is not going well. One, never mind. Cheesy roll up. And a count of two. Now Zarya is just like really pissed off. Drove both of them over the top rope, and Zarya pops right back up and just looks at him like, get out of my way, boy. Ren Sinclair gingerly getting placed back into the ring. Charlie Dempsey, she'll whoop your ass too. You better just like keep it to yourself. Ren Sinclair with a suicide dive onto Zarya like that. Whips her back into the ring right now. A couple of chops. Getting a couple of chops in. Basically getting her shit in. Reversal to the Irish whip, and oh my God. Okay. Yeah, that's how this show's going to go tonight. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, drop kick into the corner. It's all right. Double underarm hook. Let's see what she comes up with. Probably not much of anything. Here comes the clothesline from hell from Zarya, the real clothesline from hell. All right, turned that one into a roll-up, and Zarya does kick out and gets back to her feet. Now she looks super pissed, runs right into an elbow. Ren Sinclair, second rope, leapfrogs over, rolls through, and catches that spear. Zarya just speared her into the next zip code, picks her up, finally negotiates a few things for what appears to be an F5. Ren Sinclair done for the day. 1, 2, and 3. You can count to 1,000. In fact, she's still sitting there pinning her. You could probably count easily to a couple of hundred there while this is going on, because yeah, she ain't getting up from that. Yeah, that suicide dive was something else right there. Oh. So the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge has Stephanie McClure, Zarya, and it's only a matter of time before Giulia gets in there. And I don't care, it doesn't matter who the fifth person is. When you got those three women in there, the match is really between those three women. NXT, and for that much, the only thing the main roster has for any of those three ladies right there is Rhea Ripley. And that's it. The only thing they've got, and I'm counting Roxanne and all that, you can hate, you can be upset, you can be whatever you want to be. Fact of the matter is, that is typically, oh, and we got Fatal Influence making their way towards the ring now. This could go one of 20 different ways, the way this stuff's been going tonight. Yeah. But they're going straight to a commercial. We're going to take that commercial with them while I unwind after that match. I'll be right back. Probably in a lot better spirits, too. Y'all take care. We'll be right back in just a minute. And I'm back. Thank you. Thank you. And we've got 22 viewers on right now. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that an awful lot. But the reality of it is the women's Iron Survivor match is kind of the one that I'm the most interested in now, because WWE is going to make their decision which one of the three is going to stay on NXT while the other two head to the main roster. Personally, I think they're going to wind up keeping Giulia on NXT, and they're going to send Steph and Zarya to the main roster at some point in time, sooner rather than later. Both those women are ready anyway. They just need to learn the WWE style. Meanwhile, that wardrobe malfunction earlier was brought to you by poor timing. Poor timing. Feel bad for Ren Sinclair on that one. That was kind of not the top end of what I was looking for. right, Tony D'Angelo calling his own shot. He wants a title match now. All right, we got Fatal Influence in here. Obviously, they're going to cut a segment right now. Eddie Thorpe just found out that he's just not that welcome yet on the roster. All right, so we're going to get at least probably 5 minutes of time wasting here and not really get to a match, but that's okay. Fallon Henry needs more TV time than she's been getting, so I'm willing to suffer through this part of it just to get her the TV time, as long as that's what she gets. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still dealing with the flu and about 10,000 other things going on right now, so kind of bear with me just a little bit here. My voice is already starting to crack up, but I'm still definitely going to do the segment tonight that needs to be done to cover what needs to be covered. I'm going to drop some kind of a little bitty bomb coming out here right after the watch along. That's going to be in a review format. That's going to be in the and obviously I'm going to have the new layout for it and the whole 9 yards. So it's going to look a little bit differently than other things may look at some point in time, but it's definitely going to get the message across exactly the way I want to get it across, because it needs to be done that way. There's some things that you just need to handle with a video that you can't handle with a post. And trust me, gentlemen, those of you, and you know who you are, it's getting ready to come out. So you better just start getting those bags ready, because I'm going to pack you up. Anyway, we got Metaphor coming out here. Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson stating they want a piece of the North American Women's title. And all of a sudden, everybody's lost their cookies. Now we got an all-women's brawl for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But that's okay. We're here for all of it. And, of course, Rizzo wanting to get her a piece, and we can also understand why, but, hey. So pretty much now we've got Fallon Henry standing in the ring by herself, and look, Tatum Paxley going to walk up there and going to check some nail colors here, but maybe not, who knows. Oh, well, maybe she was just helping her straighten her outfit out a little bit. So I'm guessing the rivalry right here is going to be Tatum Paxley and Fallon Henry. Tatum Paxley, a newlywed, congratulations on that. Congratulations on your recent nuptials. I hope life treats you well. That's how I feel about it. Meanwhile, Brooks Jensen and Shawn Spears are in the back here getting set up for their championship match that absolutely no one asked for, but we're here. That's typically how it goes. That's fine. Some of these things happen at the watch along. Carmen Petrovic and Ashante the Adonis. Dear Ashante, there's way more women in that building than there are men. You might want to slow your roll just a little bit and start looking a little bit more like a hermit. That way you don't get busted like that. Cheat code. But we're back to obviously we're back to another commercial break here. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back as soon as they are. Can we have like 20 commercials today? And I'm back. We got 23 viewers in here. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But getting back to what I was talking about earlier with Zarya and Stephanie McClure and Julia, I think what that Iron Woman survival match is really going to tell us is who's heading to the main roster and who's going to stay behind in NXT. I see them sending two, and right now it's looking like Zarya and Stephanie. And it looks like Julia is going to stay back a little bit to work up some of the NXT group. At least that's the direction I'm seeing so far out of this. I can't help but give just a little bit of analysis while we're doing a watch along, because God knows CW has more commercials than Carter's got oats. Okay, that's just pretty much how it goes. So we've got to come up with some content. Can't have dead air for 3/4 of the show, and that just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to work in a little bit, with your permission, I'm going to work a little bit of analysis in while we're doing this, just to kill time while we're in between matches. Tony D'Angelo is the most underappreciated performer in NXT, and I think he knows that. At least I hope he knows that. Roxanne should have been put up on the main roster like a long time ago, because right now they're wasting her ROI and wasting her talent in NXT. She needs to get in deep in and start working with the main roster to get her stuff in there and start looking towards titles up in the Raw SmackDown type scenario. I have a feeling though she's going to wind up on Raw for that move to Netflix. And we were talking about this last night on At the Covalent TV, and Mr. Starks brought up something pretty poignant. So did Werner when they were discussing the current situation of the ratings war, which really isn't a ratings war, okay? There's no ratings war here. Dynamite may do 700,000-800,000 tomorrow night. They may not. They may do 665. I don't think this show right here is going to garnish more than about 450-500. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not really a ratings war. The ratings start kicking up when you're looking at SmackDown and Raw. But one of the things WWE has yet to address is the hemorrhaging of the product on Raw. Their numbers are going down. They've been on cable for a long time. So it's not like you're getting that switch over from network broadcasting to cable, which I can see that for SmackDown. SmackDown last week, the numbers last week, they literally lost 1.1 million in relation to the previous year for that particular period of time. And now you can explain that away a lot by saying they were on Fox and Fox's network television. The one thing they're having a hard time explaining is the reverse of that, where NXT leaves cable television with 600K and they go to network television for 600K. That's the part of it right there that they need to address, and I just don't feel like they're addressing it with this show. I don't see it coming with this show. I don't. So far, from what I've seen in this show right now, Ren Sinclair's wardrobe malfunction, if you missed it, you missed it. Good, they're probably going to scrub it anyway. But if you missed it, you missed it, and they're just probably going to scrub it. So far, I mean, that's not even a highlight. I'm just sitting there going, maybe she should have come down in jogging pants instead of, or biker shorts. Something to keep everything in for just in case you have a flub, because Zarya's not going to back off on a suplex because your bottom moved, okay? That's not going to happen, so you might want to thought that out a little bit more. Did not like the Stephanie McCourt match because I knew that should have been a squash. Was not a big fan of the Zarya match. That should damn sure have been a squash. I'm just thankful that All Ego Ethan Page has got somebody writing his stuff for him now. He's real happy. He's got so much structure, so much preparation, the whole 9 yards. They're really just handing it to him, and he's going out and delivering. I'm perfectly happy with that. Unfortunately, though, this does not work for ratings. Another thing that they're not doing here, and this is the big piece of it in the middle of the ratings war, I'm just going to keep talking until we get a match on. The big piece of the ratings war, and this is going to be in the video, something you really want to hear just a little bit later on once I drop that video. The big piece of it to me is not necessarily who's watching, but how they're watching. One of the big problems that Peacock has run into is they have no conversion. These people spend $6, $7, $8 a month just to watch WWE content, and they don't migrate out to the other content. Same thing with Raw. The WWE viewers tune in, they watch Raw, and they tune out for the rest of the week. There's no conversion there. And, of course, SmackDown, losing viewership and everything else, the one thing they're not doing is they're not converting to USA programming. Meanwhile, AEW over there on Warner Brothers Discovery has converted, on average, they convert 1 viewer for every 5 that view. That's a really good number. That's why Warner Brothers paid them what they paid them, because the viewership that they draw actually turns into viewership for other parts of Warner Brother programming. And that's probably why Fox is spending money twice, not once, twice. Because they're catching Fox Mexico and they're catching Fox North America in 2 separate deals. Because AEW fans actually spend time and they watch the products, not just the wrestling. So it's the conversion rate. I don't care if Dynamite did 800,000 or 600,000 or 500,000. Now, if it gets to 400,000, I get a little nervous, but unless there's a really damn good reason for it. The fact of the matter is, out of those 500,000 viewers they drew, on average, 100,000 of them stay and watch other Warner Brother programming. That's very important to the network. The network doesn't give a happy damn who watches and doesn't watch. You could have 15 million viewers, but if they turn that one show off and head on to their own, it doesn't do anything for you as a network broadcaster. Just a little topper on that. Next Tuesday, we're going to have Gully in action. Next week, we're going to have Axiom in action against Ethan Page. Theoretically, I'm thinking they'll put Ethan Page in there because they need the ROI from the AEW pickups. Just a prediction for next Tuesday, because obviously I may very well not be covering it because we got double pleas next week, and we've got a plea this week and a double plea the next week, so I may very well not cover it. And the next week, actually, I will probably be in Winston-Salem at WrestleCade. So chances are the coverage that I do is going to be very, very minute, probably going to be more into what I'm doing there than I am this weekend for covering shows. All right, Ridge Holland going to get that Andre Chase University-sized ass whooping. Alright, so we got the Chase University students hyped up here. It looks like we are getting closer and closer and closer to the main event as Trick Williams is starting to make his way down to the ring. I think he's the special guest referee for this. If I don't miss my guess, I think that's where it came from. Trick Williams coming down the Jeff Gordon wraparound. That tells me where they're at. All right, NXT Championship #1 contenders match. Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland. If Andre Chase loses, Chase U has to disband. And they are taking, wait for it, another commercial break. So we're going to take it with them. I'll be right back. We got 23 viewers on Grabs TV and the Sicko Show for this live watch along for NXT. Thank you. I definitely know you've got choices, and I definitely know you chose here. I really appreciate that, but we'll be right back after their commercial break here. Give me just a couple of seconds to get lined up for this. Get my mind wrapped around this match so that I can definitely call it correctly. We'll be right back. And I'm back. Thanks for your patience on that. We got 23 viewers in here. Thank you. I always want to take time to say thank you where it's appropriate, and it is definitely appropriate for that. I know you have choices, and you chose to be around here and at Graps TV and the Sicko Show, and we totally appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts, the bottom of my heart. I always appreciate that. I appreciate my watch-along people, the whole 9 yards. Bear in mind, too, like I said earlier, we're going to be at WrestleCade for most everything that's going on at this point in time. We're going to be at WrestleCade, and I will have a discussion with someone I know very well to make a decision on how we're going to handle watch-alongs and so on and so forth. I may wind up doing one. I don't know. I may not be able to do anything this weekend because I'll be at WrestleCade. So I'm making up for it by doing an awful lot of them right now. Hopefully you'll miss me. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. But we're going to be live at WrestleCade a lot. So that might be something to think about right there. That might be something to consider. And, you know, hey, it is what it is. Let's see what's going on here. We got Ridge Holland making his way to the ring now. I will say, shout out to the production crew because they have definitely made this look, feel, act, and walk like a main roster brand. Now, if they just had the fans to go along with it, more than those 200 to 300 that they've got in the building right there, then it would probably give them a better indication as to how their athletes are going to do on the main roster. They've had a couple of shows, and that's typically where they're going to wind up right now is a couple of shows. They'll be working those pleas, so to speak, in conjunction with Monday Night Raw, obviously, and it's going to be a double ticket. I mean, it just is what it is, guys. That's the way they're selling this out right now. So, Whoop That Trick's not going to be a special guest referee. I could not remember how this match was structured. I did know that we were getting Chase and Holland for the match, but I thought we might have a special guest referee in the middle of all this, but apparently we're just not going to. Here comes Andre Chase making his way down to the ring right now, and Mike Rome is getting in here to make the call. All right, here we go. They're working it out. Obviously, Chase owns the building tonight. Ridge is probably the outside looking in, so let's see what we've got lined up for this. We got 25 people on this live watch along. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We got the best one going right now, just nobody knows about it. Like, comment, share, get those views out there. Let's see what's going on. If you feel the urge to share, please do. I don't think any other watch-alongs got what I've got, and I definitely don't think they have the commentary, but we'll see what we see. Obviously, a lot of people are full, I'm not, so obviously I might be missing something. Maybe I need to watch along. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, I'm expecting this match to be brutal. I'm also expecting some pretty solid spots to come out of this. Let's see what we got over here on the Facebook, because obviously I'm catching some stuff here. I did not realize Andre Chase was from North Carolina. That makes me want to pull for him even more. I'm kidding. Now, I'm being unbiased. I really am. Doing my best. And Ridge Holland goes running in like a schoolboy at a prom. Chase dropping those right hands. Now they're exchanging lefts and rights and everything else. Irish whip doesn't quite work out for Andre that well just yet. Big chop from Andre Chase as he gets ready to try and whip him into, but that did not work out. Holland reverses it into a belly-to-back suplex, and he goes crashing into the corner right there. Another belly-to-back suplex. Andreas should be questioning life decisions right about now. I'm not sure if he is or not, but he should be. Because, yeah, this is definitely going to not be an Andre Chase-sized ass whooping. This is looking more like a Ridge Holland-sized ass whipping. All right. Another belly-to-back suplex. That's 3 if we're counting so far. I mean, you know, who needs Brock Lesnar when you've got Ridge Holland, right? I'm sorry. That was a joke, by the way, guys. That was totally a joke. Ha, ha, ha. That was funny. Here comes another belly-to-back suplex. That's 4. I guess he's just going to take him to Suplex City. Count of 2. Not enough to put him away, though. We got a 2 count out of it, though. Ridge Holland working his way into it. Big boot to the head. Stalking his opponent, per se. Slipping out of the ring here to see what... Alright, Ridge Holland is exposing the hard concrete floor. Nothing good comes out of this, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing good. Meanwhile, Chase University in the back watching along, getting a little bit nervous. Tried to pick him up for a powerbomb, just not quite getting there just yet. Chase fighting his way out of this powerbomb to the concrete. Big rights, big boot to the face. Andre Chase with the big backflip, hopping up in the crowd to give the Chase University sign, and I know it's going to come as a shock, but we're heading back to commercial, so we're going to take it with them. We'll be right back. And we're back, and I actually have some news. I found some news while I was going there. New Japan Pro Wrestling Global has announced that they are going to do for Wrestle Dynasty the International Women's Cup. Wrestlers from AEW, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and Stardom are to stage qualifying four-way matches Winners advance to the promotion match, to a 4-promotion match at Wrestle Dynasty. Winner receives a shot at a title of their choice amongst 4 promotions. That's going to be between AEW, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and Stardom. That's going to be breaking live at Wrestle Dynasty this year. If you don't have that, if you don't have Wrestle Dynasty signed up for right now, you're going to be missing out. Meanwhile, we're back from break right now. Ridge Holland up on the top rope, trying to do like a swan dive on absolutely nothing as Andre Chase rolls out of the way. Ridge Holland becomes acquainted one-on-one with the mat and starts to realize that it's not that bouncy. One of the things I see about Ridge Holland that would probably help him out along life's way, we all know why he's in NXT. Swinging neck breaker by Andre Chase. Swinging neck breaker, starting to turn the tide here. We know why Ridge Holland's in NXT. We know about the accident with Big E. We know about his other accidents, so on and so forth. So basically, he was down in NXT to actually learn a little bit more in a little bit of a slower paced environment right here. One thing that would help him tremendously is to quit rushing in like a fireman for a one-alarm blaze. Andre Chase trying to get him up for the pile driver, not quite working out, swinging a miss, but swing and connect with that lariat. Big knee off the rope. Ridge Holland starting to take control of this. Almost had him for a gut-wrench suplex, but turned it into a downward spiral. Almost 3. That was a 2.5 count right there. Ridge starting to get into it right now. But one of the things I was thinking about probably would help Ridge out a lot more is if he worked into the match at a different pace level. A lot of times he's on the wrong pace as his opposing talent. Having just noticed that right there, that might not hurt him in future endeavors. Ridge Holland coming in with a chair. I don't think this is part of the match, and neither does the referee. But that's okay. It provided the distraction for the low blow and the face plant. Looks like we know where this is going. 1 and 2, and somebody just jerked the referee out of the ring. Don't know who that was. It was totally accidental. Adds a little bit of a context as to how Ridge Holland is going to win this match by DQ, and Chase University is going to be split up. Either that or we're taking this to a pay-per-view. One or the other. Either that or we're taking this to a pay-per-view, or it's one of those scenarios where the referee is completely out for the entirety of this little segmented melee. And Ridge Holland puts Duke right through the NXT wall, which has obviously replaced the announce booth. But that's okay. Ridge Holland emerges. Uh-oh, Riley just took out Thea Hale. Riley Osborne just took out Thea Hale. Meanwhile, the referee is just, I guess, completely incapacitated while everybody else is getting their ass whipped by Ridge Holland. And he just throws him down to that hard concrete floor, and I think he landed a little bit awkward. We'll see what's going on with Riley Osborne in just a few minutes. Ridge Holland leaning over the ropes, admiring his work. But yeah, I think Thea Hale caught the wrong side of that boot coming out of there. I think that was a legit one. I don't think that was a kayfabe. I think that was a shoot. And of course, that will give Andre Chase all of the spizzerinctum he needs. I know that's not a word, it's something my dad used to say because he really tried not to cuss. Russian leg sweep, and now Andre Chase has survived a rugby kick to the balls to come back to win this match here. At least that's what we're hoping. Big stomps all the way around. Ridge Holland definitely questioning life choices at this point. There's been enough main roster fuckery in this one to go around everywhere. 1 and 2 and not enough for a 3. Pretty close, not enough. Sidewalk slam, didn't do it. And Andre Chase heading up to the top turnbuckle, and Ridge Holland meets him right there. Works his way up the second rope right here. Looks like he's going to try to get him in a superplex, or if I'm him, I go for the belly to belly. It's been working. But Andre Chase gets him up in the electric chair, finishes it off with a power slam. Not enough to put Ridge Holland away, but we're getting close here. If it's possible, Andre Chase is quote-unquote hulking up. Flying body block, Ridge Holland rolls through it, picks him up, gets him into position again for the go to night-night there. I forget what they call that. 1 and 2 and 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Chase U is no more. There we go. After I saw those first 2 matches, I thought they wouldn't be breaking up Chase U. But after seeing those first couple of matches, the way they were playing them out there, it kind of looked like this is kind of how it was going to go. And I said that earlier. I had a little glimmer of hope that they were not going to do this, but obviously, after Ridge Holland takes the final stand and shuts down Chase U, now we know that Trick Williams is going to be fighting Ridge Holland for the NXT title. That was definitely impressive, Ridge. Yep, good win. Excellent win, my lord. Excellent win. Etc., etc. Enjoy your NXT #1 contendership. But as we can tell right now, this is probably the end of the night as we survey all of the damage that has been done. Andre Chase has no university. The university students have no idea where they're at. And the way they're making it look, Trick Williams has no chance in hell of beating Ridge Holland. So, like I said, we've got the closing credits, and we're going to do that on this show as well. This has been Grabs TV and The Sicko Show. I've been your host, the Matty Man. This has been our live NXT watch-along. We finished out with 25 viewers. Thank you very much, because like I said, I know you have a choice, and you chose to come see us. And I appreciate that with every fiber of my being. No pause. Hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Let me go ahead and kill all this, because I'm pretty sure nobody cares about what's going on in Wilmington, North Carolina right now but me. Moving right along, real quick, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping here. We are going to be live for Dynamite tomorrow night. I have heard no word back yet from Dustin as to whether or not his show is going to be or not going to be on YouTube. And if it is, we'll be covering that one on Thursday. Friday's going to be our Rampage SmackDown watch-along. And Saturday, we're going to be doing a Collision watch-along. Then we're going to make that move. We're going to be right in the middle of Full Gear. It will not have a video presentation, obviously, because it is a pay-per-view, which means not everybody has access to it. I do not need that kind of heat, but we will go through the matches. We will hang out, and we will do stuff. So, anyway, hope everybody has a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us, and good night, America, wherever you are. Take care.